Hello slimes, I'm back. First I want to say Q&A video will be coming up next, but I really just was overtaken by this urge to talk about David Dobrik because he's been a thorn in my side for years now. And I just felt like, you know what, I might as well get off my chest right now. So yeah, Q&A video coming. David Dobrik. Also yeah, happy first. Happy first. I hope that 2021 is already so much better for y'all. And oh yeah, since I haven't made the Q&A video yet, if you want to leave more questions in the comments, do that. So, David Dobrik. What an interesting character. Like most people, which I mean like most people, like a lot of people, I was also gripped by David Dobrik for a short period of time. I find that for me, the most fun I ever had watching the vlogs was before, actually how do I put it? I think when the Todd and Zane and Heath, I think, lived in Studio City. Alice and David are roommates and they're just vibing, having fun, filming, a little bit of that Vine clout, you know, and so it's kind of cool to see like people that you might have followed on Vine just hanging out together and interacting. I think the original, the early era of the vlogs before it kind of became about flexing how wealthy some of the members are was a wonderful time. It was so fun and it felt like college. And I know for me, I was in my freshman year of college and I was feeling so lonely that David's vlogs and the vlog squad became almost like surrogate friends, or it almost felt, the vlog just made it feel so plausible that I could have a group of friends that awesome and we could get into shenanigans and have so much fun and it would be the best time ever. I think that my disillusionment with the vlog squad kind of happened when David got a Tesla. Was it a Tesla? What came first, the house or Tesla? There's a very specific time where it shifted and it just became like, I have a lot of money. I'm making a lot of money off this YouTube thing, by the way. I'm making a lot of money also by my merch. And yeah, that was kind of the deal. I think that's when it just stopped being relatable or really funny to me. It's just like, this is capitalism. This is what it does. This is who gets rich, which is fine, but I mean, at the expense of other people succeeding and making money. And I was really questioning like who I admired and who I would let, what famous person I was letting into my life. Because a lot of people are just, especially influencers, it started coming out like, you guys are just kind of famous because you're famous and that fame propels you. And then I think people want insight into the lifestyle. They want insight into what it is like to seemingly do whatever you want, also while doing like little to no work. And I'm not saying that being on the vlog is not a lot of work. I do actually think that vlogging like that and posting as much as they all did together must have been so taxing, and that probably is maybe a reason why the relationships didn't feel as real down the line to me as at the beginning, because it did really become a job. And I think when you monetize yourself and make yourself the product, it's just hard to draw a line, and then it takes the joy out of things, you know? What's that quote that's like, I don't know, like, don't make your hobby your job or whatever, because like, then you'll grow to hate it and it won't be as fun anymore. I think that's kind of what happened with the vlog squad, or at least my perception of the vlog squad. It was just like, okay, now you guys are like personalities, but like in one way forever. And what I think I wanted, because I felt like my friends, it was like, let's grow together. Like, I feel like we're growing apart. And in a way, I really grew apart from the vlog squad. Now, why am I talking about this then if we just had a natural separation of ways? Well, because I have a lot of time. And for a while, I was a very lonely person. So I just keep up with people. I guess I'm always interested in what people do and how fame affects people and changes them. And I feel like with other YouTubers, a lot of people always talk about how they've changed. People like Tana and Jake Paul, it's so easy to be like, oh, they like suck, and we all recognize and know this. But I feel like with David, it was just never, David would do something like, oh, this time for real it's gonna happen, and then nothing would happen. And then something else would happen, I'd be like, okay, this time people are gonna be at least a little bit critical of what's going on in like the vlogs, right? And then nothing would happen again. And also with Scandal, I noticed, but when allegations against Dom came up, no one talked about it at all. And I just found it really interesting because Dom is a person that was platformed by David. Like, he got famous because of David. And so I feel that there's almost a responsibility to say something or make it clear to your fans that, you know what, this person I platformed, yeah, was my friend, but they're doing some things I seriously can't condemn. But instead he just like kind of was out of the vlogs, but they're like still home, I'm pretty sure they're still chill, which to me was really gross because I then began to see a pattern of the treatment of women in the vlogs, treatment of animals in vlogs, and just in general, I feel lack of regard for human well-being show up. And a lot of the members of the vlog squad went along with it, but I feel like David really just had a special place of, I'm the most famous member of the squad, I make the most money in the squad, you guys are nothing without me. And then you kind of just start to see it's not really a friendship, but it becomes this like hierarchy. Oh my, almost like a mob family. Yeah, you know what, maybe I kind of do stan them actually. Well, I don't stan them, but you know what? I think that's why I haven't been able to just let go of the vlog squad. It's the dynamic within the squad is so intense and it's so rich and interesting. I also doesn't mean I think they should be like rich off it, but yeah, it was just this weird, like, one person has a lot of power, a ton of power, buying people cars, paying off people's debt. Like, he basically monetized also being a good person. He monetized charity and makes money off of it. And I mean, like, if a sponsor is the reason you're getting someone a car, it's not you getting them the car, it's a sponsor getting the car. But people look at that and they're like, David does this for people. And I think it's also just like Teslas. He kind of made Teslas pop within that community. I actually thought Teslas were kind of stupid cars before David. I still think they're kind of stupid cars. That's just because I kind of low-key hate Elon Musk, but that's a conversation for a different day. But yeah, it was just the whole thing of, I feel like other YouTubers were humble or pretended to be, you know, they would make all this money, but we didn't know quite how much they would make, and then keep it quiet and just be like, I'm just like you. And David was like, no, I'm rich now. I'm rich now. I can do rich people things, and I'm gonna act like a rich person and really sit in this power that I have and run with it. And it's kind of icky. It's a little bit icky, and I'm glad the veneer between us and content creators is gone, and we realize that, like, no, they're not regular people. They are a different tax bracket now. Their concerns are different. They don't care. That's why they're all, you know, traveling during a panoramic, even though we're not supposed to. But it's just, it's gross. It gives me the ick to think about the fact that there are people that are just so reckless. And also the fact that that behavior of like slut shaming all the time, or like shooting your friends with paintball guns because it's funny, or paying people to do these like really horrible things, people getting injured and that being a part of the vlog, or just getting so wasted, like dangerously wasted, and monetizing that and like putting out there as a fun thing when in real life you can't walk around and do these things without serious consequences. And in David's world, the consequences are you make more money and you live the life people want, like that we're kind of told we want to live, like the American dream. That's the consequence of that. And I think, yeah, for me, David Dobrik's vlogs and David Dobrik as a person really marks the change, how my relationship to the American dream changed, which sounds so dramatic, but it was just such a great real life parallel for me to see these patterns and to see content like not really changing. The vlog format has stayed the same. They've all kind of stayed the same since they got famous, which is also another thing I'm gonna come back to, so put a pin in that. Seeing that and learning more, it's almost like I got to come back to the vlogs a different person every time I came back. There was just less and less there that I found worthy and that I found responsible to advertise to people, especially minors. But the not maturing thing, does anyone else not find it weird that they're going to frat parties and some of them are pushing like 30? You know, like a part of the vlog, like even as recently as 2 years ago, was showing up to college frat parties. And now I think about going to parties and being a freshman even, or a sophomore, or like anytime I was just like 18, 19, 20, I was so young, so naive. And if I had gone to a party, a college party, and these people had shown up and they were out of college or like not in college at all, and they were just like filming all this stuff, it's just so, you have no place there. Like that's not where you should be. If you're going to be that much older than people at a party significantly, don't go. I don't know, I can't tell them what to do, obviously. It's just, it's strange. It's a strange dynamic to have be so popular. And also just the running jokes with Corinna and Gabby at the time when she was still in the vlog squad, and even with Liza being so off limits, which like props to Liza for not being joked about the same way, but really seeing that there were obviously people in the group that just had more influence, that really could determine who did what with their content and who got what content. I think another thing too that we don't talk about when we consider the David Dobrik industrial complex is the fact that he's like obsessed with making money. David Dobrik is obsessed with making money. The vlogs, money is really a driving force and a central figure in the vlog. And David's open about the fact that it motivates him. I listened to Views, a couple episodes. I had to stop though because, oh, this person is very much someone who graduated high school, got lucky, and just kind of stayed in that mental mindset, like that mental age, stayed there, and then thinks that everyone else who is not rich and making it in that specific way is stupid because he did it and it was so easy. And it's like, no, you got lucky. You got so lucky. And also not everyone wants to be rich. I think I said earlier, it's very clear David wants to be rich and famous. That's literally it. I mean, the vlogs idolize rich people. It's always a big deal and a huge flex to be like, oh, I'm hanging out with this celebrity, or doing this and this. And it's awesome too, because to pass off those interactions as casual when it's like, no, you're promoting stuff. Like with Yummy, I mean, David was promoting Yummy. It's a business transaction. And I think that's another thing. It's displaying these very transactional relationships as casual and genuine and rooted in something that is not a career move. I think you see with the vlog squad that making money, and a lot of it changed the dynamics in subtle ways. Of course they're still friends, but now it's like, who else would you be friends with? You can't really trust anyone to want to be friends with you guys for the right reasons. So now the only place you do find friends is like above and higher. And so it's like a constant climb and a constant alienation. I think that's what we see, the alienation that comes from gaining a lot of wealth. So I guess maybe one lesson from this is that David is not to blame for everything that happens, but I think it is, what an interesting little case study of someone who's been in very closed off about private life, but in a weird way extremely vulnerable and clear when it comes to the motivations behind these videos, which I think is really, I mean, it's cool. I wish I could observe them in their private time actually, because I'm so curious about what happens I know partly it is a joke, but I mean, to joke that one of your friends is so obviously in control of the entire group and how much money you guys make and everything is weird. So I'm like, what is the charm? What is the appeal? Because I feel like if I was in a friendship with the Vlog Squad, after a certain point, I would leave. I don't want to be shot with a paintball gun. I don't want to constantly meet animals that I don't want to meet. And like, yeah, it's fun in retrospect, but you still experience the same levels of stress in your body. So it's interesting to watch people do whatever it takes to get rich, but by their own hand. It gets almost comical. It seems clownish to watch people do that for money and for so long. I also think all the sponsorships and the merch, and he's doing ads on Audible ads, like on TikTok, and the puzzle thing that was like, I'm giving back, but you guys paid me $30 and then most of you won't get anything. It's like, you're not giving back, people are actually giving to you. And if you really want to give back, you would just pick people. You would have people enter a raffle and draw a name. So like, why did anyone have to pay to lose money? Like, you took more than you gave, that's the thing. And then being surprised at the fact that people would buy your products when people are obsessed with you. Like, you have young fans that want to be you. I mean, we've all seen Alex Warren from the Hype House. Obviously, he's trying to be David Dobrik. Like, it's a formula that works. I think that because David kind of pioneered like this style of vlogging, like these quick, like the editing, it's almost like Emma Chamberlain's like style of editing. I think because he did it, we give a lot of credit, but you know, at some point we have to ask, like, what is an idea really worth? And at what point do we look at someone just for who they are outside of the trappings of their life and ask, is this a person we really want to be famous? Are these people that should be famous? Are they necessarily even good? You know, and should we show, why are we rewarding this behavior so publicly? Like, what is the deal with that? This is not innovative at all. I also think it's interesting that a lot of them want to break into like mainstream forms of making money when it's like, you guys got big on a platform that was nowhere near as big as it is now. So why not continue innovating? But really, it seems like a lot of people will come and use YouTube in a place where you connect with an audience on a more intimate level, however false that may be, is a means to an end. It's a means to get wealth.
Hey, it's editing me. I think the point I was trying to make then that I realized after I finished filming is it just becomes clear that at some point in time, it changes from being like, I want to be successful to I just want to be famous, like Hollywood famous, mainstream, and rolling with people that are regarded so highly and we're told are so talented our whole lives. Because why else would you want to be mainstream? Obviously, we, the audience, respect YouTubers. I think it becomes a thing of wanting the people that you look up to when you're younger to respect you back, or to look at people who are gatekeepers of industry to respect you. When, I don't know, I mean, instead of like joining them, like, why don't we just beat them, you know?
And I mean, even during the pandemic, these Vlog Squad hosts have been traveling. Even a couple days ago, Natalie Todd, Zane Heath, Mariah, traveling for a Nelly concert. They went to Florida. We're in a palindrome, a perpendicular, and you're gonna travel, especially from LA where the cases are so bad and you have these gigantic houses, and their content literally started from, I can't, like, the content they make literally is about them. They are the product, so you don't need to go anywhere. Which is a greater conversation about influencers being so disrespectful and stupid, and really showing the entitlement people have, but also just, and I'll always be coming back to this point, like I'll always make them come back to this, like the way what society rewards with money, and how it's just a safe bet to say, like, if someone's making a ton of money off a platform, they're likely not going to be the best, most moral person, especially in Los Angeles where it's used to be like a generally morally vacant space in those crowds. Not all of LA is morally vacant, but like people who go to LA to make it, it's like, I don't think there's a lot of people that are checking you. There's not a lot of people making it make sense. And also the fact that he hung out with Olivia Jade after the college scandal. like kept being friends. Like that's the thing. Like they just keep being friends with like dumb and people that are harmful, legitimately harmful to others. And so it's just they don't care. There's a bottom line. It's just clear that, you know, David is pulling a fast one on a lot of people, like selling merch, and that people are a vehicle for his success. And I think on some level he does really appreciate fans, but like I said earlier, like, listen to podcasts, all they talk about is money. All they talk about is money. And they even joke about how much they talk about money. It's like, how is this relatable? How does this make any sense? Especially in a ooh, I don't want to say the word. What's another P word? A Papa John's. Papa Murphy's. Especially during a picnic. But no, seriously, especially during these times, it's just tone deaf. Really, really tone deaf. And so harmful to be like, wow, I mean, anyone could be where I'm at. No, they can't. No, they can't. They need privilege to get there. At the end of the day, it's like these largely white groups of people doing the bare minimum. Yeah, pranks with your friend are fun. Should it get you all of this? No, it shouldn't. But it does. And I think we should just be more critical of that. But yeah, David and the Vlog Squad, it hardly ever gets touched on. And there's been a lot of stuff like in their past that's come up. And especially during the summer, last summer with Black Lives Matter, there's just a lot of stuff that came up and no one really batted an eye. And the YouTube community just like really just speaks so brown of David. I think it's because he's rich, which I think kind of shows us like what everyone around them values and thinks is important. And why, yeah, like accountability likely won't happen for them, which sucks. Yeah, those are my thoughts on David and the Vlog Squad. I have a lot more, but I think I touched on what I want to touch on. And it kind of is like my stan culture video. Thanks for watching. If you guys made it all the way to the end, stay around. I have more content coming. And yeah, I hope it's great. I hope you guys stay slimy.